What's up guys, I'm Håkon abroad and I just got back from exploring the world's most visited city on earth, Bangkok, Thailand's bustling capital. Now from golden temples to vibrant street food and rooftop views, this city has it all and absolutely blew me away. So anyways, here's my Bangkok top 7. Now just south of the Grand Palace we have the famous Wat Phra Chumthon Winmon Mangklaram and then some word I'm not even going to try to pronounce, but this word. And this temple is also known as Wat Pho, and this is one of Bangkok's most important temples. Now Wat Pho is home to a massive reclining Buddha that's 46 meters long and covered in gold and just absolutely stunning to look at. Now the temple grounds are full of colorful shadis and statues, and it's a lot less chaotic than the Grand Palace, making it a great first stop to soak in the atmosphere of Bangkok. And this temple area is so massive and there's so much to explore and see here, and when I went there for the first time I ended up exploring this temple area for well over 2.5 hours. And every time I took a new turn I saw something new I hadn't explored before and found a new part to explore. And this temple is absolutely a must visit and one of the first places you should head to once you arrive in Bangkok. Now after Wat Pho, just across the river, we have the Temple of Wat Arun. Also known as the Temple of Dawn or the Sunset Temple, Wat Arun is one of the most iconic landmarks in all of Bangkok. And it's a must visit if you're coming here. It's tall and extremely decorated with porcelain tiles and it's just incredible to look at up close. Now this temple is a lot smaller than Wat Pho, yet it was so amazing to explore and just so insanely beautiful. And also speaking of its nickname, it is nicknamed the Temple of Dawn for a reason. Because when the sun goes down, it goes down behind the temple. So I totally recommend you come here in the afternoon right before the sun goes down, as watching the sun fall down behind the temple from the other side of the river or while on a boat on the river is absolutely incredible and an unforgettable experience that everyone should have at least once in their life. Now speaking of the beautiful Bangkok river, one of the places you cannot miss out on is the Bangkok Chinatown, located right along the river of Bangkok. Now Bangkok Chinatown is currently considered to be one of the biggest Chinatowns out there, and it is also one of the busiest, most colorful neighborhoods in the city, and it has all the street food you could ever want. At night, the main road, Yamwat Road, and Chinatown in general comes alive with neon lights and endless street food stalls and so much more, and it's absolutely incredible to walk down the streets or just enjoy a rooftop meal and look down at the thousands of people walking around the streets. Now I tried a lot of different foods here and it was some of the best food I've had on my trip. And wandering through the narrow streets and lanes filled with shops, people, gold stores and markets was such an adventure in itself. And I even ended up staying in Bangkok Chinatown for my time in Bangkok, and watching the city skyline from the rooftop pool at my 35 USD a night hotel room was unforgettable. So you cannot come to Bangkok without exploring the beautiful Bangkok Chinatown. Now speaking of watching the city from a rooftop pool, you cannot go to Bangkok without spending some time high up. There are so many skyscrapers and tall buildings you can check out, and I recommend spending at least a little bit of time enjoying the city view from above. So get yourself to a rooftop bar, restaurant or pool and just relax and enjoy the view. And this was a perfect way to experience the more modern side of the city. And enjoying the rooftop pool overlooking the city while swimming around and enjoying some food high above ground is a must-have experience while in Bangkok. And seriously, just eating some food while being high above the ground and just looking out the windows, looking down multiple floors and seeing all the people wander around in the afternoon is quite a cool experience that you must have. Now built in 1782, we have one of the most iconic and famous spots in all of Bangkok, the Grand Palace. Now this has been the home of Thai kings for well over 150 years, and this complex is absolutely huge and filled with golden temples, throne halls, statues and even the famous sacred emerald Buddha statue. And the architecture in this area is on another level. I just couldn't believe my eyes walking through this place, as the architecture is filled with colorful patterns, tiles, gold spirals and extremely detailed statues everywhere you look. Now I will say the Grand Palace does get very crowded and very busy, but even though it was very crowded when I visited, I think it's still totally worth a visit, and it's totally still worth every second to see one of the most important landmarks in all of Thailand. And you can always arrive a bit earlier in the morning to beat some of the crowds. Now when you get there, just walk around and explore, as there is so much to see here, and every time you take a new turn or walk down some random alley in this temple area, you will find somewhere new to explore. And there will always be some new corner to turn around and some new beautiful part of this temple to explore, so make sure you set up plenty of time to explore the Grand Palace. Now like I said, it does get very crowded, but to be honest, you cannot come to a city like Bangkok without checking out the Grand Palace. So even though it does get crowded, it is still totally worth a visit, even if it's just a short visit. Now another amazing thing to do in Bangkok, and something that's a bit more chilled out, is to go on a hidden Bangkok river tour / canal cruise. Now you can book this online and the tour takes about 2 or so hours. Now during the tour you get to see the beautiful riverside of Bangkok, both on the main river and also the smaller rivers that your boat ends up driving through. Now you will most likely end up going in a smaller group on a longtail boat, and you get to go down these small canals towards the famous Klong Bang Lung market. Now on the way here you get to see the big sitting golden Buddha statue. However, this statue was sadly covered up for reparations when I went here, but it was still worth seeing. And still, while you're going down the rivers, one thing I found quite interesting was that you get to see how a lot of people in Bangkok live. You get to see a lot of houses in poor condition looking like they're actually about to collapse. And it reminds you that Bangkok is not just some massive rich and modern city, but that it also has its poor side with people just living a normal life. Now beside this, arriving at the market is so cool. You get to walk along the river, see plenty of fish and even feed them, and you can try lots of food, buy some souvenirs and just enjoy the view. You can walk around, and just walking around on these made wooden paths above the water is so cool. So yeah, just walk around and enjoy the view. And of course, after you have had some free time at this market, you get to go back on the longtail boat and go back to the starting point. And if you're lucky like I was, on the way back to the starting point, we were even able to watch the sun go down behind the Watarun from the longtail boat on the river, and this was yet another unforgettable experience of my trip to Bangkok, and something I definitely recommend you all do. Now finally on the list we have another temple-like thing, and this is the known Wat Saket, also known as the Golden Mount. Now this temple sits on top of a hill and offers a 360-degree view of Bangkok. Now at the bottom of this temple area you have some shops, cafes that you can also enjoy some nice drinks at, and you have some beautiful streets and just lots of golden statues and traditionally built buildings. And it's incredible to just walk around the bottom area. Now after you're done at the bottom area you can walk up to the main part, and the walk up to the main part is lined with bells, statues and other stuff, and just in general some beautiful views of the city. And when you get to the top you get to see this massive gold covered mount thing, and it's absolutely incredible to look at. And I will say this temple was way less crowded than every other temple I've recommended so far, and this one felt way more hidden and relaxed. And yeah, like with other temples, there is so much to explore there. Now standing at the top, looking at the gold mount and just watching the city in all 4 directions, plus the huge amount of traditionally built buildings all around was just incredible. If you want a bit more of a cooler and more relaxed temple experience, I highly recommend you check out Wat Saket. Well anyways guys, that is it for my Bangkok top 7. From golden temples to Chinatown street food, rooftop views and peaceful river cruises, this city truly has it all. So anyways, let me know your favorite spot in Bangkok down in the comments. So anyways, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.